Hello friends, welcome to Shiksharthi. In this video, we shall be solving questions of exercise 12.2 on circles. So let's start. Now, you would have gone through my earlier videos on the exercises and the basics and concepts, and you are therefore again requested to go through the basics and concepts which will help you in solving any kind of a question on any exercise or of any exercise. Right? Okay. So talking about question number 11, which says a car has two wipers which do not overlap, and each wiper has a blade of length 25 centimeter sweeping through an angle of 115 degrees. Find the total area cleaned at each sweep of the blade. Now, in order to solve this question, first you need to visualize the question. Now, when I say you need to visualize the question, maybe you can visualize like this, that these are the two wipers of a car, let's say, right? This is how you can start visualizing, and then they sweep an angle of 115 degrees so that they don't overlap. This is one of the case. There can be other cases also. I mean, generally you do not get to see wipers like these. So what is the other case that you can take? Okay, let's say that this is the windshield, and on the windshield the wipers may be placed like this, and then this is the area that they are talking about. Once you have understood this in terms of visualizing the question, it becomes easier for you to attempt the questions without drawing the diagram. And for a change, we will not draw the diagram and we will just use the formula in question number 11. Do we know the formula how to find out the area of a sector wherein the total angle here would be 115 degrees plus another 115 degrees? So we will say that the area here is pi into r square into theta degrees divided by 360 degrees. Since you know this formula, now we can just use the values here. Now, what is the value of pi? Have they specified it as 3.14? No. What is the radius here? Is it 25 centimeters? Yes. So this becomes 25 into 25, and then this is 230 degrees divided by 360. Mind it, this is 230 degrees, which is 115 of one of the wiper and 115 of another wiper. So we are talking about the total area being swept. So the area that is being swept is on the right hand side here. This is one of the sweeping areas of one of the wipers, and this is the sweeping area of another wiper. If I were to place the wipers like this, else you can understand it like this. Yeah. Now once you have understood this, now it is just some calculations that you need to do here. So in the denominator, we see that we are getting how much? We are getting 126, and in the numerator you will be getting a 625 multiplied by a 23 and 23, so which is a 253. If you remember, I asked you in my earlier videos, now you would see that this is not merely the usage of formulas that you are supposed to do in this exercise. Calculation is equally important, so please start practicing calculations with the help of concepts which I have already discussed in my videos, and this gives you a point to go through those videos. How did I do this? I have already discussed it in my videos on calculations. Now, what is the unit here? The unit here is centimeter square. Okay, talking about question number 12. So question number 12 says, two worn ships for underwater rocks. A lighthouse spreads a red colored signal over a sector of angle 80 degrees to a distance of 16.5 kilometers. Find the area of the sea over which the ships were worn. So in a certain sense, if I were to draw the diagram, wherein I can do this without drawing the diagrams also. So they are asking you to calculate the sector area, and the sector area I am referring to here is, this is the angle at which the light is spread. So they are asking you to calculate this sector area, And when we calculate this sector area, have they given you the value of pi here? Yes. So 3.14 into r square, which is 16.5. Okay, so 16.5 into 16.5 into 80 degrees divided by 360 degrees. So which eventually gets converted into 2 by 9. And to make this calculation easier, can I write it like this is 314 into 165 into 165 into 2 divided by 9 into how many points have we removed? So let's say this becomes, can we write it like this? Of course we can. Once you have written it like this, then the next step here is, now this 2 gets cancelled out, this becomes 1, this becomes 5, this becomes a 33. So this becomes a 33 again, this becomes a 2, then this 2 also gets further cancelled out, and this comes out to be 157. Is there any other thing that can be cancelled out here? Can I divide this by a 9? Can this be divided by, yeah, this can be. So this becomes 11 and this becomes 11. So eventually you would see that this becomes 157 into 121 divided by 100 kilometers square. So again it boils down to calculations. So 157 into 121. So this is 18997 divided by 100 makes it 189.97 kilometers square. Mind it, I am saying it again. This is all about calculations. Maths, majority of the topics are about calculations. So please make sure that your calculations are upgraded. Otherwise, most of the time you would consume only in calculating and arriving to the correct answer. And in my videos on calculations, it is not only that I have given you the most effective ways of doing calculations, but how to check your answer, whether this answer is correct or not also. That also I have checked it. So which you need to learn. Okay, moving on to the next question, which is question number 13. So question number 13 says, a round table has 6 equal designs, okay, as shown in the figure 12.14. Okay, the radius of the cover is 28 centimeters. The radius of the cover is 28 centimeter. Find the cost of making the designs at the rate of 0.35 per centimeter square. In short, there is a circle, and inside a circle we are having a figure. So let's do it like this. So what am I doing? I am making a regular hexagon. Now when I am making a regular hexagon, and even if you do not know how to calculate the area of a regular hexagon, now what is a regular hexagon? A regular hexagon is a polygon which has all the sides equal and all the interior angles equal. Now here each interior angle, so if I am talking about, so now we know that if I have to just say that this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, this is E, this is F, and this point is O. We can say that all these triangles are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All these 6 triangles are equilateral triangles, which is why if I am able to find out the area of one equilateral triangle is just like saying the hexagon would have 6 equilateral triangles. So the area of the entire hexagon would be 6 times the area of one equilateral triangle. And we know that the area of one equilateral triangle is √3/4 into A square. Now what is A here? A is nothing but the radius, which is OE. Once you calculate this, and then these are the segment areas. There are 6 congruent segments that you're going to get. Another way here was, which I feel is a better way, I can calculate the area of, so one way is I calculate, let me first talk about this way. So this is from here, from pi r square, I subtract this area, so I get this entire area, which is the area of the segment. Now this is one way of doing it. Another way is I can only, let me talk about the sector OE, let's say HD, and I know that this vertex angle, since this is an equilateral triangle, is 60 degrees, so I can find out the area of the sector. From here I can subtract the area of this triangle, and in that case I get the area of one such segment, and in order to get the areas of all such minor segments, I just need to multiply it by a 6. This is another way of doing it. But yes, since I discussed this method, let me stick to this method, which is, now if I take r square as common here, I am getting pi minus 3 root 3 by 2. Have they given you the value of pi here? Yes, they have given you the value of pi as 1.7. And what is the value of r here? 28 centimeters. So can I eventually say that this is nothing but 28 into 28 into 1.7, which is the value of pi? And have they given the value of root 3 here? No, they have not given the value of pi as okay, they have given the value of root 3 as 1.7, not the value of pi. Okay, so this, in this case we will take it as 22 by 7 minus 5.1 divided by 2. This is the area, but we were supposed to calculate the cost. So the cost will be, let's say this is the area A, the required area. The required area is the area of all the minor segments put together. So cost will be area into the cost. The cost is 0.35 per centimeter square, and this area is centimeter square. Okay, now the cost comes out to be how much? This is 28 into 28. Now we would have already taken the LCM as this 14, so this becomes 44, and this becomes how much? Can I say this is 8.3? Yes. So now this is into 8.3 into 0.35, which can be written as 35 by 100. Okay, now once we multiply this, we are basically getting how much? We are getting 56 into 83 into 35 divided by 1000. We can reduce this also further, but I would suggest that since zeros, when you're dividing something by a zero, it is just shifting of the decimal point. So let us calculate this value first. So now when I'm calculating this value, maybe I can calculate it here. Okay, so now when I'm calculating this value, I need to calculate this into this first, and this finally into a 35. Okay, so, or let me first calculate these ones, the difficult ones first. So 56 into an 83 is just like saying 40, 15 and 48 is 63 and then 18. So you get 4648, and then eventually you have to multiply it by a 35, which is just like saying a 280 followed by 140 followed by 210 followed by 140 again. Now this you have to divide it by 1000, so 1 0 gets here, and this should come out to be a 162.68 rupees. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Now when we are moving on to the next question, I feel that question number 14 is very easy, because without doing it also I can just give you what the answer is, because had you seen the video on the basic and concepts, or you can pick up the answer from here itself. What is the area of a sector? The area of the sector is the sector angle divided by 360 degrees into the area of the entire circle, which is pi r square. Check which answer from here would you select. Should we say that we should select D? Yes, we should. So a final piece of advice here is, please go through all the videos, especially the ones which are on basics and concepts. properly so that you are able to understand the concepts, solve the theorems first, solve the concepts first, solve the basics first, which makes it easier for you to remember those concepts and basics while you are solving the exercises or questions of various exercises. We believe in giving you complete and correct solutions. Thank you so much.